Hello. So it's one of those days today. I kind of feel like all my feelings are right on the surface. Feeling a little like not grounded. Feeling, I guess, melancholy. I'm feeling happy, sad, scattered. My scattered brain. So I'm still in my jammies. And I'm gonna go around the property and get myself grounded. I don't know if this is a real thing, but it's what I do. And I have heard a lot of people say for like well-being to take your shoes off and get your feet in the dirt. And I am naturally that way. So I'm going to show you little areas around the property that I go around and look at. And, that have maybe gone through some recent changes because it's really warmed up. And I still haven't decided what I'm going to do today. It's almost 11 o'clock. And I should push myself out to go to work. But I really feel a little frazzled, a little like emotional. And that may or may not happen. And I've just determined that I'm really not going to feel guilty if I don't. And I also feel blessed that, I can decide when that happens because I'm self-employed. So I can decide when I want to deal with people, when I don't want to deal with people, or when I have to deal with people and traffic because bills need to be paid. So I'm kind of on the line right now. I mean, you're always on the line of, are the bills going to get paid? But this needs to come first to see if I can realign myself. Okay. Come on along. All right, in front of my house I have these rose bushes. These rose bushes came from the supermarket when they finally just about killed them, and they discounted them from $14.99 down to $3. So I bought 7 of them last year, and they are very happy, and they make me very happy. This here is some sedum. I pinched this out of my mother's yard after she passed away, and when I went to go help take care of my dad. And the same with the hosta. I have a couple hostas that remind me of her. Now around the corner, it's kind of hard to see, and you have to look for them. Oop. Here's some elephant. Sorry guys, I keep hitting the volume button and it's turning the volume off. There's some elephant ears around the side here. I planted them for the first time last year, so we'll have to see how they do coming back. I'm afraid to kind of weed here because I might pull some of them out. So I might wait till they're a little bigger and then I'll know where I can pull weeds. These are out front under my dogwood and in little various areas. I don't know if they're phlox or if they're, like, they look shamrocky to me, but they may be aphlox. See, they come into the lawn. Japanese maple. This is what greeted us this morning. 3 iris. This is a little piece of my side yard. This is a forsythia, so that's bloomed already. There's azalea that's bloomed out. You can see it was pink. Here's a huge azalea that's purplish pink. Okay, so here is viburnum, and it's being crowded out by self-planted trees. This is some kind of like pin oak or something. And so what happens is when I come out to enjoy the garden, a lot of times I see tasks. So I gotta get everything where I can just enjoy it. This whole patch will be blueberries. And I believe they're blueberries and not huckleberries, which we were a little bit confused about when we first moved in. Up north it's blueberries. Down south it's huckleberries. But I think these happen to be blueberries. Another azalea. Also where my daffodils are. This is called Carolina Spice Bush. And it has expanded and expanded and expanded. And I want to move it. And then more viburnum. Alright, I'm over at this raised bed that we made last year. And last year we had one self-planted marigold. And it took up this whole bed. And now this year I have all of these little marigolds. So I'm going to pull a bunch of them and plant them in pots and let them grow big, and then maybe transplant them after they grow big. I also have stuff that I don't know what it is. This original bed was mostly manure from a local farm that we went and shoveled onto the truck. But I did have zinnias last year, and my suspicion is that some of those zinnias self-planted. I'm at the point right now where when there's a weed in the garden, I don't know whether it's a weed or a flower. So we'll have to see. I might be running around saving weeds. Alright, so I'm going to pot those up. Besides that, I do have a number of different garden ornaments that need reworking, so that's probably going to be a future like trash to treasure painting thing. Okay, we're in the construction zone. These are all pieces of cement that the building was on that we pulled up, and I put them on Facebook as Urbanite, and all I get is little laughing emojis, so I guess people aren't interested in that. I'm going to use what I can in my garden to make steps and little patio areas. But ultimately we're going to have to sledgehammer them down and haul them off to the dump. Okay. And we are still in the construction zone here. This is all like a little walk-through area that was next to the sheds where my husband did a lot of his lawnmower fixing work. But I've cleared away a little potting bench and I went around and gathered up pots. So let's see how that all goes. Okay, so this is just a pot that was laying around my garden bed since last year. I'm taking some of the soil from it to fill these pots. This is cracked, so I probably won't use it. And I think what I'll do, because, you know, all of these are like where they've had things dry out in them. I think maybe I'll wet them first. Just dampen the soil a little. Now, some of these have holes in the bottom and some of them don't, but my main goal right now is just to get some of these smaller plants going. Alright. I'm going to go up top with potting soil straight out of the bag. So that first patch of dirt was just like filler, I guess you could say. I don't know if I want to mess this with one. It's crawling with ants. And a lot of our ants are biting ants. Fire ants and stuff. They don't look like it, but I really don't want to be... Every once in a while when I'm weeding, I get attacked by them. So, I don't want that. I'm sure you're not supposed to water this at this point. I just want to get the dust under control so I can work. Alright, so I have all my little marigold cuttings in here in this one pot. And I'm trying to get them where when I pull up, I'm getting the root and the dirt. But honestly, a lot of them are just coming right up with no dirt on them. And a lot of this dirt is just like floating because I watered it. Whenever we go to a store with plants, I want to buy them all, and I end up buying none because I find it difficult to spend the money that way. So while marigolds are not my favorite flower, or something that I'd be like, I have to go out and get these, the price is right. Price is right. Somebody just whistled at you. What? Somebody just whistled at you. You hear it? Come check out this bug that was in the bottom of one of these pots. I'm pretty sure all of this is old sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
But look at them.
Wow. What is that? A cicada? Or?
I think that's a cicada. And I think he just went in here, and there was some sunflower seeds in there, and dried up. Okay, so these are all wet right now, and I'm going to set them out, and I'm going to go grab something that's growing in the wild. Okay, so this is growing in the middle of the grass, and I think I recognize it as a sunflower, probably planted from the birdseed that we put out. That is gonna go in its own pot until I find out where I want to put it in the garden. So I just planted this sunflower. Hold on. Okay, so I planted that. These are all marigolds that look like, what did you do to me? So I think I'm gonna let them all sit on the bench here because it's like, it's not burning light. And let them recover a little bit. This stupid soil is like dry, like 1 inch down. So while I want to give them a good soak, I don't want to do it right now. Because I feel like they've been through a lot. Let me show you a couple of the plants that I did though. Now over here is all different garden art that I want to revamp. Some of it like that, I bought like that. That butterfly, somebody painted on pink. I have 2 of these. One's missing in the weeds, I think. There's my little froggy. Chillaxin turtle. Chillaxin turtle. So those are all things that I want to redo or incorporate in my garden somehow. And then over here are some transplants that I did. So this here is a marigold that is very happy. And then over here, I thought the one was a cucumber, melon, or pumpkin. They might be sunflowers. I don't know. We're going to see what they start to look like. All right, I'm going to go in and get cleaned up. And thanks for joining me. And I hope you all have a happy Easter. Oop, that's the guy over there who's making all the noise. I took down 2 skinny trees that were too skinny to chop. I mean, too big to chop. So, we'll see.